Yo, what's good, everybody? Got my boy Tyler with me today. We're going to do this interview with him, but let's get a quick shout out to the sponsors that help keep this channel going. We got my boy Fry's Critters, always a huge supporter, guys. Make sure to check out his channel. His links will be in the description down below. He is doing Instagram, Facebook, and he's also starting up a YouTube and Twitch. So make sure you guys give that man a follow. Huge supporter, all about positivity. He's got some fire over there, as well as we're also sponsored by Zilla Footwear. Has some amazing merch over there, guys. Make sure to check them out. Some awesome quality shoes. I mean, they got the green tree pythons, the frogs, they just dropped out some rattlesnakes, whole tons of awesome shoes, guys. Make sure to check them out. Some amazing products on their site. But without further ado, let's get into this interview. I'll let my boy Tyler introduce himself.
Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Tyler Lindemuth. I am from Tyler's Toxic Balls. This company is me and my father run. Let me set it up here, actually. There we go. And there we go. So now I can stand up. Yeah, so Tyler's Toxic Balls is a business, an LLC, founded by me and my father. We have about 300 ball pythons right now, breeding for 3-4 years. And I've been keeping ball pythons since I was about 7 years old. So I've been in it, and I'm 17 now, so about 10 years.
There you go, bro.
You can find me.
You're answering a whole bunch of my questions before I even answer them. Damn.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram mainly. I might be starting a YouTube. And then Facebook, I just joined like 2 days ago. So I haven't posted anything yet, but I'm on Facebook.
There you go. So what got you into the hobby?
So when I was young, I really always had an interest in snakes. But when I was about 5, I really took a great interest in them. Like, loved them. I'd always go like to the reptile section at the zoo, all that stuff. And I learned that my dad actually bred Burmese pythons when he was about 18 years old and got rid of them a year or two before I was born. So when I wanted to breed, keep snakes, he was all in for it. The reason he got rid of them was because my older brother was born, and having 18-foot, they were huge, 16 and 18-foot Burmese pythons around, newborns. My mom just wasn't comfortable with it at the time. So when I wanted to get ball pythons, they were like, oh, it's a breeze, 5-foot snake, like whatever. But now they took up more space than the Burms would have, so.
I mean, that happens when you're. How many ball pythons do you guys have? You don't even know on the top of your head?
No, I don't know an exact count. I know we're over 300.
Nice.
So with babies, yeah, over 300. Yeah, somewhere around there. But we're always selling, and like I literally have 8 babies that hatched out yesterday. So it's like it's always changing. So it's kind of tough to get a hard count until the eggs stop hatching, which hopefully will be never. So.
Right. Well, so is all you work with ball pythons, or do you work with any other species of reptiles?
So right now I'm only breeding ball pythons. The only other species I've ever had was a green iguana, which was a rescue. Great. It was a cool animal. I liked it. But it being a rescue, it had the temperament of, a horrible green iguana. Wasn't treated right in its old home. So every time I try and take it out, I do pretty much everything they tell you to do with a troubled green iguana. Like, I kept it in my room. So I would, like, redo it at night. I'd talk to it. I'd, like, make sure it knew my voice. And every time I'd, like, walk by, every time I'd do anything, reach in the enclosure, dude, it'd bite the shit out of me. It'd tear me up. So I rehomed it to a professional iguana keeper, I guess. I don't know if they breed, but in Buffalo. So I'm actually based out of Rochester, New York. So Buffalo is about an hour from me.
Nice.
And then the only other species I've ever had, I actually got a little over a month ago now, was a Sumatran short-tailed python.
Right on.
So I just got him like a month and a half ago. He's insanely cool. He's just a baby still, but I kind of want to breed him in the future. Just get 1 or 2 females. I do not want to make that a part of like my business structure, but just to have them, you know, like, I don't know, to keep, to have fun with, maybe sell here and there at a show. But I'm not trying to focus on them. I just think they're really cool.
Right on. Getting much love from the chat, so let me say hi to everybody. We've got Fries Critters, one of our awesome sponsors. He says 17 years old and so very professional.
Thank you.
We got my boy Flexing in the house. I always appreciate you, bro. Like, subscribe, and share, guys. I definitely appreciate that. We got my boy Cody. What's up, everybody? Moon always popping in. Appreciate you, Moon. We got Gordon. Everybody saying hi to you, bro. Getting much love from the chat. Let's keep it going. So what was your first like actual reptile? Was it a ball python? Anything unique or?
My first reptile was actually a Russian tortoise. I got it when I was 5.
Nice.
It was a really crappy situation. So there was this. His actual business was called the Reptile Guy. He was in Spencerport, which is where I live, and I got a Russian. I'd go into a shop once a week, every week since I was like 5, and dude, I love his stuff. And then as I got older, I started to realize he wasn't the best guy. He didn't have the best business model, all that. Looking back now, and so my parents, again, not knowing too much, except for the berms. Didn't really take into the health concerns of some of his animals, all that. So I got a Russian tortoise, kept it for a few months, and then it just died randomly. So I don't know what was wrong with it. And then after that, my next 2 reptiles were actually, it was a ball python, a normal ball python from the same dude. And my brother actually bought a corn snake. I think it was a blood or whatever, a diffuse now, I think, corn snake. Same thing, kept it for like 3 months. Looking back now, they both had like shitty RIs, like really bad.
Damn.
And I just didn't know. I mean, again, I was really young and didn't know too much, so it probably wasn't the best idea to get them that young. But when I was 7, I still have one of them, actually. I got 2 ball pythons for Christmas Eve present, actually. I got a desert male who I sold 6 months ago, and a single gene pastel female who's still in my rack right now, and she is a nippy girl, but I love her to death.
Right. Raw Egg Distributor says, hello, Tyler.
What's good, Dino? That's Dino.
Yeah, they commented way early on, and I had missed their comment. I didn't want to interrupt you.
I know you're
so that's pretty cool. I will say this: that is the first that I've heard doing all of my interviews. A first reptile being a Russian tortoise. So that's actually pretty cool. It is sad that that situation though about the bad breeder. It sucks, and especially about 17 years ago, or about what, you're 17 now. So if you got it when you were 5, that's about what, 12 years now. He went black. We may have lost him. I don't know what happened to him. There he is. I can now. You were super slow motion.
Speaking of that girl I was talking about earlier, she just called me, so I was like, "Yo, I'm on a live. Like, don't call."
Yeah, I go on Do Not Disturb for that, or just for that too.
Bro, I don't know. I can never do Not Disturb just because like it scares me, because I'll put it back on like the normal, and I'll just get 100 notifications, and it just scares me. But
yeah, it happens to me all the time.
Definitely need to do that.
It makes life a lot easier doing that.
Yeah. Probably. Sorry, guys.
But no, yeah, it's about 12. That'd be about 12 years ago. It's nuts. Like, you look back then to now, there is so much more like knowledge about these animals compared to back then. And back then was more of, I don't want to say like the pioneer days, but when it comes to reptiles, you know, there was not a lot of knowledge out there about how to keep these animals or anything like that. So it always sucks because like you said, looking back now on some of the animals that you had, like the ball python, the corn snake, you know now that they probably had respiratory infections, but back then you're like, is this normal? Is
Yeah.
is this a thing? Like, it's just things to think about. You know how far of the reptile industry has come from then to now.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I think it's not only how far like it's come, it's like the people in it are a little bit different. Like obviously you still got the, I guess, old heads like Brian Barchak, like bro, he's been in it for decades. You got
Right,
Billy, you got some other guys like that have been in it for 20, 30 years. But some of the guys that were in it a while ago also did not have the best business model, like the guy I was talking about. He
right.
literally, like, I learned this like a couple years ago. He kept bouncing around different shops because he would not pay, like, I don't know, not loans. He wouldn't pay the rent actually for this. So he stopped getting space to own his shop.
We get people like that out here. There's one that to this day who's still bouncing from spot to spot, and he tells everybody, "Oh, well, is this landlord had it out for me, or this guy, this guy." A friend of mine worked for the dude and was helping him out, and yeah, it was a whole different thing. Dude's just shady and buying from shady people, and then like he was buying wild caught and wild caught imports,
Okay.
and selling them as captive bred. And he was literally just getting them in, and then put the next day putting them on a table at an expo.
Dude, that's crazy. Like,
Yep.
For me, I've bought and resold a couple of animals, but I always make sure they're under my care for like a good amount of time. Most of my
there's people that'll wholesale, and then they get like that. I have tegus. I've wholesaled a few people, stores and other places and stuff that do it for resale for the expos and stuff. And I'm cool with that. That's cool. You do you. There's a supply and demand.
True.
But they're taking care of the animal for a amount of time before it goes to public, to a person. They make sure that it's quarantined. Now, granted, I believe I have a decent reputation, but when you do that though, like, if I was to buy like a wholesale from you, I trust you. You're a good guy. I'd probably have it in quarantine for at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Now, anybody that I don't know, it's 3 months minimum.
Yep.
Like it doesn't come into this room for at least 3 months.
That's me too. I do try and quarantine as the best of my ability. It was really hard because I don't know if anyone really knows my situation. I bought a big collection of animals. Oh shoot, it's been a little over a year now. Yeah. So when I had about 65, 70 snakes before, and I jumped up to about 280. So I got about 200 snakes. And I just didn't have the space to quarantine them. I trusted the breeder. I was good friends with them for over a year, multiple years, and seen them in person too many times. And so I trusted them enough. I brought their collection in. Thankfully, nothing bad happened to my previous collection or their collection. But everything since then, I've been trying to I've quarantined for a while, unless it's from one of my buddies, like Troy from Best Dressed Balls. Pretty much quarantine this stuff for like 2-3 weeks, and then they're in because I trust Troy. I trust some of the other guys, and I like I don't like the quarantine process. Just like putting them in a different room and like sometimes having to wash your hands. It's just tedious, I guess, but it's definitely necessary.
Right. No, it makes sense. It does become a bit of a hassle when you're trying to quarantine a ton of different things.
Yep.
And then when you add something new to the quarantine, then everything starts back over.
Yep.
And it does become a hassle, especially when you have limited space trying to do that.
Oh, yeah.
But
my thing is right now the quarantine just got way harder because all of my racks that I currently have animals in them. That's why I have not brought in animals in a pretty long time actually. So I don't know. I can give you a little like spin around. That is my baby section. So all of these. I'm still learning to use this tripod. Hold on.
You're good. You're good. You got your buddy's messing with you. He said, Tyler, how long would you quarantine an animal from me? I'm testing you.
Oh shit! I'd quarantine it for a year and a half. Do you know? Okay. So this is my baby section right here. I've got what 5, 6 or 8 quart racks. These have all my babies from this year. And then these are also more babies from this year. This one I've been using, or it was in a different place for quarantine, but this one's going to be having some babies in it. This one has the Sumatran in it. Still, he's actually in shed.
Beautiful.
And then this one's a for sale rack for smaller animals, so there's only like 5 or 6 in here. And then this is my V18 rack that has a good amount of my female and some male holdbacks, and my for sale animals at the bottom, which I'm running out of, so I need more. My incubator, my big incubator, my small incubator with some nice stickers. I need more though. So
did I not send you stickers?
I don't think I have your sticker.
I'm gonna have to ship you some stickers. I got you, bro.
Hell yeah. And then over here, these were actually the first tanks I ever had. So, and then
I like them. What are those? PVC?
Yeah. And then this I got for Christmas like the following year. And then this is my male breeder rack, another male breeder rack. And then pretty much, actually, it's here. All the way over there is breeder females. So, and then this rack's, I think, 1 breeder and the rest are grow-ups. But they just got too big for the V18 rack. So, that's kind of my setup for now. But as you can see, there's a couple of tubs in this rack that are open. There's none in any of the 70s. There's a few over here, but like I don't have a specific rack right now that's like, oh, I can throw it in the room somewhere else and just quarantine them. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's why I haven't been getting too many things, if at all. Yeah, that's kind of just my thoughts there.
Your boy be giving you. They're cracking me up.
Dude, I was just on a call with him like 5 minutes. Like I texted you about getting on here when I was on the phone with him, and he said he'd hop on. He's awesome. Trust me, I would not quarantine his animals for a year and a half. I love him.
No, I assumed. That's cool. That's funny though. He cracks me up. I'm about to get him on. That cracks me up.
He's awesome. He's a 16-year-old breeder, or soon to be breeder. Name's Dino. Super cool kid. I met him a year ago now, and he's out of South Florida, or like, no, he's actually not South Florida. He's just out of Florida, near Orlando, so it's not South. But
go ahead.
I don't know. He has about a dozen or so ball pythons, and maybe a couple more now. And this is his first season breeding, so I'm really looking forward to see what he produces. He's got a lot of cool stuff in there. But yeah, we've been friends for a good time. We're really close in age, so we kind of connect on like a pretty cool level.
No, I get you.
There's not a lot of people like that I really know of that are kind of my age and breeding or trying to breed on like a higher level in. Yeah, shit, Dino. Yeah, there's not a lot of people breeding on a level that we kind of are trying to do. There's a couple 17-year-olds that are like, yeah, I got 1 pairing and that's all I want to do forever. And I'm not knocking that, but me, Dino, and actually I met another kid who works for, I don't know if anyone knows, Jersey Guys Balls, huge, crazy breeder out of New Jersey. He's 17 as well, and literally has the kid that works for him is ridiculous. I met him at the Oak Show last week, and he was just, I talked to him for an hour and a half when I was vending there. I like kind of just left my table for a minute, like my dad worked it, and I just talked to him. So I feel
there's one more kid you got a message, man. It's the homie Drew, 408 Reptiles. He's still a kid.
How old is Drew?
He's like 20.
Bro, Okay, yeah, I'm soon not to be a kid. I'm about to be 18 in January, and that scares me. So
Drew's like 20. I think he might just have turned 21. I'm not entirely sure.
I know Drew. I just didn't know how old he was.
No, I like giving a crap, dude. If Eric was here, he'd be saying he's barely legal.
Dude, Eric gives me so much shit. So much.
Dude, Eric gives everybody shit. If
I
he
love
doesn't give you shit, he doesn't like you. I swear.
I know, that's true.
Like I get people like that message me all the time. They're like, "Oh hey, I don't think he likes me." I'm like, "Why?" They're like, "Well, he doesn't make fun of me, so is he like, does that mean he doesn't like me?" I was like, "That's kind of what it means."
Yeah, that's funny.
But let's get back into these.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool what you guys are doing, though. I like that. And like I said, I've known you what, almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
And I remember when you got you had a decent amount. I think you were still at about a 50, 60 range.
Yeah.
And then I remember we were talking, you're like, I'm gonna get this big group of snakes from another breeder. He's getting out. I'm gonna take over this. And then I remember watching the reptile room just explode.
Yeah.
Into what it is now, and to see you grow from then to now, dude, it's just been a privilege. It's awesome.
Thank you. And that brings me back to, I was talking, actually the first guy I ever did any sort of live with was Matt from Area 51 Morphs, and I got Instagram in 2019. Actually, this business Instagram, or my business Instagram in 2019. Yep. I did a live with him like a week after I got it. And bro, I didn't realize how long. He was like, dude, I knew you when you were like 15. Like I understand I've been in it for a little while. And for some people it might not even be a little while, because I don't know, they've been in it for over a decade. And being in it for like 3 years since I was kind of serious about it is really crazy. I don't know. It's just like time flies, dude. It's like 60 days. They feel short, and then when they come, it's like, holy shit, it's been 60 days for eggs.
Yep.
The next clutch is ready, and then you're already on to the next year. It's crazy.
Yeah, see, we do more than just ball pythons. So like we're tortoises, you got chameleons, everything else. So you're at like 60 days, then you've got some that are like 90 days, then you're over here at 120 something days. And dude, when you start breeding year round and start doing like different species and stuff like that, dude, you're just like, wait, when did these lay?
Dude, that's gotta be such a pain. Like I hate waiting the 60. Like I wait about 55, because that's when we cut, unless they pip, 55 to 57, and that's a pain. Like I check on them, like look in the incubator every day, and I'm just like, oh, come on. But 120 days, I couldn't do it. Oh my god, I could not do it. That'd be just
Moon in the comments talking about my video earlier. So so like I tell everybody, I wholesale. So I sell to stores, I sell to breeders, things like that. On the way to one of the local stores that I sell to, there was a fire. And I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, what is that? Like, is it a car on fire or something? No, it was a reefer unit on fire. And I was like, what? I was like, move to Arizona, they said. It's fun, they said. It's so hot out here, refrigerated trucks are catching fire.
Damn.
Dude, it's nuts. Like, we're supposed to be getting into, like, fall, winterish area. And, dude, it's still hot. It's still like over 100 and something outside.
That's crazy. Like, in New York, obviously there's a crazy winter. And where I am, dude, it gets so nuts. We're right off of Ontario. So, like, we get the lake effect snow. Bro, it's so bad. So, like, summers are great. You can catch 100-degree days sometimes. But then winters, you can go, like, -20. It's really
bad. I actually grew up in Vermont, Burlington, Vermont. I used to be up there for like the longest time. I still got a lot of family up there. I'm supposed to be doing a big visit up there here. I wanted to do it this year, but I don't know if that's going to be in the cards. I have one trip that I'm able to do, like one big trip I'm able to do this year. So I'm either going to go to Vermont and see everybody, or I'm going to go to Florida and go see and go like check out a bunch of animals and stuff. So I was like, either family, reptiles, family. It's looking more like a reptile wedding.
Bro, that's crazy. It's like I just actually took a vacation over the summer to Florida. It was a week-long vacation, nothing too nuts. And bro, every single day I was there, I was like, dude, I just kind of wish I was with my snakes. Granted, it was an amazing vacation, but every day I was stressing about like, yo, what are the snakes doing? How are they doing? So I got the opportunity for actually this Christmas. Most of my family's going to Mexico, which is crazy. And I was like, bro, I don't want to go. And everyone's like calling me crazy. And I'm like, dude, I like for some reason being away from all of these animals just gives me like so much anxiety. Like it's crazy. So I might go. I don't know. But being
I know the
away
feeling.
from animals is crazy. So to pick like again, I kind of picked the animals a bit over like a family vacation, which you can feel bad about, you cannot, but it's up to you.
Sorry, the kids ran in here. They're all, we have an emergency. I was like, what's wrong? They're all, my foot hurts.
Dude.
Gotta love kids. Yo, we got everybody back to the channel.
Nice.
Got the homie from Cali over there. If I come to Florida, come say hi. Hey man, I will. I'm gonna be out there. We haven't decided when we want to go. I want to go soon. Because I want to go herping out there. And I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna come home with stuff if I go herping, but like it's a lot of invasive out there. If I touch it, am I allowed to put it back?
No.
I guess it's gotta come home with me. No.
Dude, like I was
As long as it's
oh go ahead.
I was like, as long as it's not tegus, dude. I'm pushing almost 50 tegus. Okay. So have you seen my high white reds?
Dude, you showed me them yesterday.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna end up keeping like 5 to 10 of these freaking things.
Wow. Like that's insane. Like ball pythons you can have a lot of, and it's not the craziest thing, but like lizards or most lizards are like that's daily, bro. Like snakes.
Oh yeah.
Feed them once a week. You clean them once a week. I mean, with this many, I clean them pretty much part of them every day. So
believe it or not,
tegus,
like my tegus, I actually feed them a good amount of meat. Let's say like on a Monday, and then I'll feed them again Wednesday. So they're like an every other day type thing. But I mean, they gorge themselves in freaking food when they can. So I mean, they're bottomless pits. So if you offer them food on a daily, they're gonna eat it. But it's more of like if you start portioning their food, dude, they'll eat about or healthy wise every other day is perfect for them. Anything more than that, depending on how much portion or you're portioning, you could end up with an obese lizard, and that's what you see commonly is like they're really fat tegus with the super chunky jaws.
yeah,
that's the thing with that. You could accidentally put a Burmese python in your car or something. No one would know. I know, for real. But no, yeah. So we want to go out there to do that, but we'll see what happens.
yeah, that'd be awesome. And when I was in Florida, dude, I was really upset. I was about an hour away from Dino, and I couldn't go see him because most of the vacation was planned except for one day. And then the Chris from DS Exotics, the guy he owns the Chipper brand of Coco, and I'm his New York distributor. He invited me over to go check out his facility. So I was like, oh shit, I can't not go. So I had to pick, and I was like, bro, I rep his company, like I can't not go. And then the next day I had to leave, and I always get shit from Dino about not going to his place. But next time I'm in Florida, that's happening.
Yeah, I will never move to Florida. There's too much going on over there with that. Like a lot of what I keep here, I cannot have in Florida as it is. And actually, that's how I ended up with the 3 animals in these cages. They were so a buddy of mine got a union job out there in Florida, working doing welding.
Nice.
And so there's Burmese in these top two, and then down here is a golden child Hetford purple reticulated. And you can't have those in Florida. So he called me up and had me take them, and periodically he'll check in on them. But it's nuts. Like I'm seeing so many people flee from Florida, like Jesse from Jesse's Jungle has left. A lot of chameleon breeders out there had left, and now they're talking about reverting their whole situation out there, like taking back what they put, but then they're trying to make it like super hard. I don't know, dude. It's weird.
Yeah, especially Florida's a really tough situation with all the like U.S. Ark stuff, them taking away, people's rights to own animals, and then trying to keep the animals, thoughts, I guess, or the animals in mind, I guess. But it's really tough.
Well, I mean, after what I heard, with I don't know if you know Ty Park.
Yeah. I don't know him personally, but I know who he is.
Ty Park's a really cool dude. I actually have two of his animals here. He's a really cool guy, full of knowledge. Gator Pool Gators, yo, what up, bro? How you doing? You missed it, man. I just fed all the venomous. Oh, just kidding. I did actually feed the venomous today. The baby Aatrox had their first meals. The Mojave Green ate, and then Karen always eats. She don't miss a meal. Sidewinders, though, they're really hard to get pushed over to rodents. They want lizard. So I might have to start breeding a Knowles or something to get them to switch over. We'll see what happens with that. But no, man, that's Ty Park. What I was saying about that is they actually went to his facility and he had to get rid of all the iguana species, which is the basic,
I saw.
And yep, and then they killed what was left. They put him down, and dude, he lost so many animals. He was super upset about it. And still to this day he is. And if they revert back what they put, dude, they're looking at a huge lawsuit.
Oh yeah,
like Florida is looking at a huge lawsuit right there.
I forget where I saw that, but I definitely saw that, and something. Yeah, that was insane. I forget how many they put down. It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was a couple hundred.
Hundreds, yeah.
Yeah, it was a couple hundred animals of iguana, and he tried. He lowered his prices like as low as they could go, basically giving them away. He even started giving the greens away. Like if you just pay shipping, take as many as you want, they need to go before they get killed. And he actually was able to give a lot of the higher end stuff and like stuff that another breeder really wanted. He was able to get at least half to a lot more than half out of there, but there was only so much he could do in the amount of time that they gave him. And dude, they went there and they made it impossible for him to be able to make the caging requirements that they wanted.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, but it is what it is, bro. Is what it is. So what is your favorite species to work with? Obviously, I mean,
ball pythons. Honestly, they're just, in my opinion, the best pet snake. Like, they're like beginners for whatever you want. Like, for beginners, they're really docile. The only knock I have against ball pythons is sometimes they can be picky eaters. Like, but the color variation, they're so docile. They don't get too big. And you can say you have a python and it's only like 5 foot long. So I just think they're dope. Because, like, dude, some of my teachers are like, I'm known around the school by teachers and kids as like the weird snake guy. So they're like, what do you have? What do you keep? And I was like, ball pythons. Oh my God, what are they, like 15 foot long? And I'm like, no, they're like 5. They freak out and want to know more about them. And yeah, it's super cool. I don't know. I show them like one, then the other, and they're like, bro, those got to be different. They're the same species, but there's hundreds, if not maybe 1,000 or more genetic mutations that make them look so crazy. I don't know. I just love that fact. Like, you can't find another animal that has as many genetic mutations as them.
Yeah, it's nuts how many genetics there are. And then, from what you were showing me yesterday, man, that was insane. So the people that are here right now, when we get to that question, you guys are gonna be minds are gonna be blown. Because
Yeah. Actually,
here we go. He's pulling them out now.
No,
You're the way, Tyler.
No, I was checking on my breeder male who's in that project, and he was in shed yesterday. I thought he'd be out of shed today, but he's still in shed. So I was like, damn it.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. He'll shed out while we're live. But no, yeah. It's insane to see how many genetics there are when it comes to ball pythons.
Yeah.
Do you ever get the crazy question? When people ask you how many snakes you have, and you tell them, do they ever ask, are they just like roaming around your house?
Yeah. I was actually, it was at school, and they were like, it was one of my teachers, and she was like, "Yo, do you ever just like let them like roam?" She knew they were in like enclosures or whatever, but she said, "Do you ever like let them go for a little bit and then like get them back?" And I'm like, "No. When you spend thousands of dollars on an animal, you don't like let it go and then
let it loose."
Especially a snake. Like, those things, a lot of reptiles can be super hard to find, especially in like an area like this where there's hundreds of hiding spots. So no, like I sometimes, like, I'll take them out often, but at least once a week to clean them, hold them, whatever. And then if they have stuck shed, give them a bath, whatever. And sometimes I'll just mess around with some of the ones I have a great connection with. And that's about it. But yeah, that question does come up quite often.
So I always get that. I either get, are they roaming around your house, or the most common, I swear I'd be rich if I got $1 for every time I've heard this one. It's, have you ever heard the story about the lady that slept with her snake?
Dude, I got that, by the same teacher that asked me if they roamed around the house. I was like, every time I hear it, I just like cringe. It's so bad.
Dude, it's nuts how many times I hear that. Like, I'll go to like family get-togethers with my wife sometimes, and every time we go, there's at least one or two people that'll ask me that. Or if I go do like I do educational shows, so like if we go to like schools or parties or any event, I get it like at least 5-6 times. You ever hear the story about the girl that slept with a snake? It's sizing you up. I feel like everybody who keeps reptiles has at least heard that once or twice.
Oh, 100%. Especially like the more well-known you are, the more you're going to get asked that question. Even if you have like 2 ball pythons or whatever, you're going to get asked that question at some point.
I want to know where that started. That is my thing. Like, I want to find the person that started that.
Yeah, and just dude.
That's nuts. I don't know how that got going, but that is like the longest going thing. Just like snakes chase you.
That's You
know what? I did post a video though. I had a Mojave Green actually, like, for a short distance, come at me and actually kept coming to get me. I actually posted it on here. I was like, dude, he tried to get me. Like I was videotaping him, and everybody's like, oh, well, that's what happens if you're like at 3 feet or like a few feet away from him. I was like, dude, I was zoomed in, because that's something you don't want to get bit by is a green Mojave. They have neurotoxic and hemotoxin, which would basically they'll destroy the skin tissue and the muscle, and then as well as attack the blood. So like it's bad to get hit by those dudes. Those are some worst things. I also own one, but so that's the point. But no, like, so I kept my distance. I zoomed in a little bit, but like, dude, he came right for me, and then he chased me for about a good like 3-4 feet, and then he stopped, and then he turned around and kept going. But like, he warned me. He's like coming right for me. He's like, get it. He's like, wait till I get that foot.
Dude, that I've never worked around a venomous snake ever, and I don't really plan to. Like, I don't know. They're just, to me, so risky. Like, oh, true. Dino,
Is it poisonous?
but like crocodiles, they're a little more predictable than snakes of any sort. A lot
Right.
of animals are way more predictable than snakes. So when you add like a ball python, I get bit too many times. But when you add the fact that ball pythons are slow, really slow, and like you can put it next to like a mamba, and that thing's the fastest snake in the world, and it has what kind of venom do they have? I don't know. But if you get bit by that, you're done. Like there's not much
Get
you
bit
can
by
do.
which one?
Mamba. Like there's not much you can do.
I think mambas are neurotoxic, if I remember correctly.
Dude, I'm so
But
bad.
there's like, if I remember correctly, there's like literally no, like if you get bit by that, you're done. Like there is no coming back from that.
Dude. So like even working with most animals, you can tell they're a little bit predictable, but snakes are so hard. You really have to work with them a lot to figure out what they're doing. That's why I give a lot of credit to like Chandler, what's his name? Tyler Nolan. Like free handling venomous to me is like it's cool, but also it's so risky. Like I'd never do that. And it's cool that you can, I guess, but I just never feel like working with venomous is gonna be my thing. Which
Yeah, and I don't tell everybody like it's not for everybody.
oh
And
yeah,
like a buddy of mine, actually one of my co-hosts who normally is on with me, my friend Levi, FTL Reptiles, he was thinking about getting into venomous because I've got all mine. A friend of mine has ton, and so like he was like, I wanna do what you guys do, and he really likes some of the native species that we have, and he was gonna get it, and I explained to him, I was like, it's not like a ball python where you're gonna get bit and it's okay. Like you really got to be on your toes. There's a lot of safety guards. Like there's tons of things that could go wrong. Like especially while feeding. Like if I was to if I open this cage wrong and I'm not paying attention, boom, I get hit in the hand. That I'm going to the hospital, at least for most of the animals here. If I get bit by an Atrox, it's whatever. I've got natural antibodies because I've been bit so much by Atrox. But that was when I was a kid. I haven't been bit in a long time.
that's good.
Yeah, I try not to get bit. It sucks.
Yeah.
But that's another thing is and I told them, I was like, when snakes shed and and poop and stuff, you got to clean the enclosure, of course.
Yeah.
With venomous, you really have to watch what you're doing because not only when they shed and poop, sometimes they'll shed their fangs and the fangs still contain the venom. So when you're cleaning that enclosure, you could potentially get a fang in the hand.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen that happen to so many people. To where they get that mild, like couple drips worth of venom in their hand because they're just scooping and grabbing the bedding and stuff, and they just happen to get unlucky and boom, right in your hand.
Yeah, that's insane.
Mitzi, it's all good, Mitzi.
Okay.
Or a hog nose.
Yeah. Hog nose. Dude, hog nose is so cute.
Oh, go ahead.
Nah, I just thought hog nose is so cute, dude. Like, how can you not say that?
I love their derpy little faces.
Yeah.
Dude, it's nuts. I try to explain to people that that they're actually rear fang venomous, and there's people that have been keeping them as pets and stuff, and they had no idea that they're actually a rear fang venomous.
Yeah. That's tough. I learned that a little bit ago, probably a couple years ago. But like before that, I didn't know. Like I had no clue. I guess people kind of just people might just want to keep it out of the like spotlight just because they're a very popular cute pet. And once you throw like the venomous, even though it's very mild, if to humans at least. Like
Yeah,
once you throw the
it'll kind of make you some people if you're like allergic to that strain, it's really bad for you. Like
oh
as
yeah
if you got bit by a venomous. For the most part, sometimes it kind of makes people feel sick. But I mean, they really got to chew on you to get
yeah.
that in there.
So like once I don't know once you add the venomous label onto something, it's like holy shit, like that's insane. So for like a little cute snake like a hognose that can go any show, any kid could have it, right? Once you throw venomous on top, it's like the entire hognose could like just plummet.
Well, it's just like they're stating that what is it? Bearded dragons and monitor lizards have a mild venom.
Bearded dragon. I've heard the monitor, but I've not heard the bearded dragon yet.
So somebody was telling me this the other day, and they were supposed to be sending me a link about it. But apparently they have a mild venom in their saliva that's supposed to be for like small rodents and like or bigger insects and things like that. And so it's supposed to really only affect smaller prey items.
Yeah.
But they apparently, due to the bacteria that was in their saliva, it's basically like a mild venom, just like some of the monitor lizards. And I can believe it when it comes to the mangrove monitor, because that's probably the worst bite I've ever taken was from my mangrove monitor female. And I felt sick for about a week after she bit me. Dude, I felt sick. Like I was just sluggish. It was really weird.
That's crazy. Thanks, Chris. Yeah. All right.
Appreciate you, Chris. I am bowling, guys. It's all good, Chris. It's Friday, so he's always bowling out on Fridays.
Nice.
My man does leagues and stuff. He cool. He does championships and everything like that. I want to get into that.
Damn.
So what is? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Said I'm too bad at bowling for that.
I am too. I am not good at all, but I am better than my wife sometimes, so that's a bonus. So what is your favorite morph?
That one's tough, but I always go back to the original one, the Pied. I have so much Pied, and it was the first gene. It's my first like dream gene. Like when I got my first normal ball python, I was like, yo, I can't wait to get a Pied. I want a Pied. I want an albino. I want this and that. And then I actually bought a super low white Pied 5 years ago now, and produced visual Pieds 3-4 years ago. It was not a proven pair, but they were really good size. So I bred them the year I got them, and they produced babies. I got 2 Pieds out of 4 eggs. And that was like one of the craziest moments of breeding ball pythons. So it's got to be Pied. Obviously, there's a lot of new mutations that per se are cooler or more, I guess, hot right now. But Pied's always going to have like a soft spot in my heart.
Hey man, I love Pied. I'm actually looking to add some more Pied into our thing. That's why I was thinking about getting Pied, that KRG Pied that you were showing me the other day. I was like,
I finally got a price list on all my KRG stuff. So if anyone needs KRG, I'll show it off later. Or I don't know how long this is gonna be, but I'll.
All right, dude, you're good. You can show them off here a little bit. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Cool. I love KRG stuff, so even just looking at it for me is a bonus. JR, what up, bro?
So I just got a price list on all my KRG animals, except for the ones that are still in the incubator. And dude, there's so much.
I'll give you $50 for the ones in the incubator right now.
I don't know. A KRG leopard ivory hat Pied $50.
$50, bro.
I might have to take
cash money.
Dude, I don't know.
You twist my arm.
Yeah, true.
55.
Tough bargain. You're a good.
Dude, I love those ivories though. The purples coming through those are beautiful.
They're insane. And like pricing, honestly, the hardest thing for me has been pricing the KRG stuff. I've hit 15 animals with it, if not more, and I just priced them yesterday. Like, Dino, you know what you have to do to get a snake from me,
He's been a ripped dog.
dude. He's nuts. He's nuts.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But-
That was
Yeah, that was good. He's always on top of it. He knows what to say, when to say it. But
oh god.
I had to reach out to Jim Holt from Fox Valley Reptiles, the not founder, but he bought all of the KRG stuff from the founder of the gene.
Yep.
And Liz and Kyle, who I bought the collection from, who had the second most KRG pretty much in the world. Now I have it. But I had to hit them both up and was like, dude, what do I price this at? Because there's only been not a handful, but a dozen, 2 dozen animals that have been sold on Morph Market with the KRG gene. And then with what I have on top of it, there's some of these
There's
are world
nothing,
first.
dude.
Like, it's insane. So trying to price some of the stuff, to me, I had to reach out to friends, and I just kind of threw a price that they were thinking. And like, I mean, by friends, I mean Jim and Liz, the people who are very versed in the gene. I wasn't just
No, right. I get you.
to Gino, who has no idea about KRG. No, but he does. But that was the toughest part for me about the KRG stuff. Like, I can ID it like that pretty much, but the pricing on some of the stuff is hard.
I'm curious now. What did they say was like for the KRG Pied? What did they say for like that combo there?
Single gene KRG Pied is selling for $1,250 female.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's a good animal, and I only have one single gene. I have a lot of hets with the KRG gene. I don't know. I reached out to them because I have one animal who I'm like so lost on what it is. It's a Mojave Pied, but it came from a Black Pastel Mojave KRG. GHI Mojave Black Pastel KRG Het Pied to a Pied, and it's definitely Mojave, but I don't know if it's KRG. I don't know if it's GHI. Like, I'm lost.
As
so I reached out to them.
Somebody told me that for the KRG female that I have, somebody told me that she's worth at least 15 because of how big she is.
What is
and I was
she?
like, just KRG, that's all she is, Het Pied.
Yeah. So as base females, this is what he told me, Jim, was like he's asking 600, or he's sold a lot, 600 for males, 800 for females as hatchlings.
Damn.
So it's a gene that's a little pricey, but I love the gene, and what it's been making for me and what I have in it is like so cool that I'm just gonna push it, man. I'm gonna see what I can do.
Dude, that's got to be if my boy Levi's in here, it's a giant kick in the nuts for him because he just legitimately sold 2 of them. So he sold one to me, and
Okay.
he sold one to somebody else. I don't know how much he sold it to the other person, but I got mine for $100.
Bro. Dude, because like I hit him up and I was like, I don't know what the price is at, like this and that, and he goes, straight up 600 male, 800 female minimum. He was like, you could definitely get more, but like that's what I do minimum. And he was like, just pretty much add that price to whatever genes you have and you're good.
Damn.
I was like,
Like it, dude. I like it. My game just stepped up. I'm over here under son. I was all depressed. Now I'm even more depressed that she slugged out this year.
dude, it's
Imagine?
and I reached out to Liz the other day and she was like, holy shit, you're already producing KRG stuff? I'm like, yeah, I got a good amount now. And yeah, I can show them off. Here, I gotta get out of this. So I might hear a beep. Hold on.
You're good.
So I'm still on this tripod. So it's going to go really crazy for a second. There we go. Okay. So we'll stop. Okay, cool. This is pretty much where
So I'm gonna solo you out. I got you.
this is where most of my KRG stuff is. I think all of it actually, baby wise, is in this rack. So my first clutch of them was this clutch. It was a male, my most gene packed male actually. KRG, Black Pastel, Calico, Lesser, Fire, possible Heifer Pied male, but he did prove
Nice.
with the ringer. He proved. So he's a
Look.
6-7 gene Het Pied.
Nice.
Yeah, he's 6 gene Het Pied now. So
That is awesome.
And I got.
And guys, for people that are just popping in, he is 17 working with all this animals. That is insane.
So I got 2 of these. They're lesser pieds, but they're possible. Black Pastel, KRG, Calico, Fire. But yeah, they're lesser pieds. 2 males. Nothing too nuts.
That's awesome.
And then I got this girl, who I've been debating on holding back, and you told me to hold back.
Oh, yep.
Black Pastel, Lesser Calico, KRG, 100% Het Pied, female.
Here, we'll leave it to the chat. Everybody, it was 10 people here. Should he hold it back or should he sell it? Put it in the chat. Sell or keep.
So yeah,
I love that thing. And what and for the people that are just jumping in, what is the genetics in that animal again?
Black Pastel, Lesser Calico, KRG, 100% Het Pied. She is possible Fire. I don't know though. So she's pretty
insane.
great, but I don't know. And then so she's a world's first, and the other one I got from the clutch, who is one of my favorites from this year, is a definite world's first. KRG Calico Pied female.
I love the orange.
Dude, when this thing hatched out, Dino, half a stick, you got it. So, yeah, the orange on that second saddle is crazy. And then she's just like a rusty orange. She's crazy. I love her. And she's awesome. Definitely staying. So, don't go upside down. There you go. So that was my first clutch of KRGs. My second clutch was actually this male's half brother, who is a KRG Black Pastel Lesser Het Hypo, and he's 66% Het Pied. He is. Oh, you shed like literally 20 minutes ago. That's great.
Noise.
I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna do that real quick. Okay, so I bred him to a pastel butter, and she was just supposed to be a pastel butter, and she proved to be Het Hypo, which I'll take it. So I got a Bell male, right? Your Bell male, yes. Possible pastel, super pastel, KRG, black pastel, and either Het or visual hypo and 50 Het Pied.
Nice.
I have 2 of those. I have this one right here who has some crazy pattern. My dad wanted to keep it. If it was a female, it'd probably be kept. But I think this one's just the pastel butter KRG Het Hypo Het Pied or Pas Het Hypo Pied.
And that's a male?
This one's male, yes.
I like it. I like the blushing on the sides of that. That's really nice.
Tail. The tail's really cool. I love it. So I got.
Wait, is that the one that has the weird heart on the side of it that I saw yesterday?
Yes. I don't know if I can find it though. Yes, it was, but I don't know where it was.
Wait, sorry. It's somewhere on there. It's cool.
And then the one that proved it out to be Ghost is actually this one right here.
Ta-da!
This, I think, is a Super Pastel KRG Ghost, and it's 50% Het Pied. It's a male, and it's for sale. So, nice male.
Hit your boy up, Tyler's Toxic Balls, guys. Get some fire in there. That is seriously awesome, dude.
Then I got, so this was all from the same clutch. I got this pewter that is lesser or butter. So black pastel, lesser or butter, KRG 66 Het Hypo, 50 Het Pied.
Wow. Look at that.
This one's female, and she is also for sale.
Oh, you're not going to keep that?
No, because I think I'm actually keeping her sister.
Here we go.
Which is, let's see, where are you? You're just right under there. She is a black sterling, so a super pastel, black pastel. Lesser or butter, KRG, hypo.
Nice.
And she's 50.
That looks like a paradox.
It's insane. I love this girl.
That is super cool.
So I actually sent it to somebody to sell, and then once I sent that list, I was like, "Holy shit, I should not." So I took it back, and I was like, I'm not selling that one snake."
You're like, yeah, I changed my mind.
And then actually, I had one more clutch that's out. Is this clutch is ridiculous? This was a GHI Mojave Black Pastel KRG het pied to a pied. I got two of these, which is
Look at the contrast on that.
a Black Pastel GHI KRG 100% het pied. I got two of those. Both are male and both will be for sale. I have. This is the Mojave pied that I was talking about. She's pretty cool. And these guys have only taken one meal, so they're still really small. Hold on, let me get it.
That.
Got like two different colored saddles. Pretty nice blushing, but this one's female and this one's staying.
And what is that again?
Yeah, all I know it to be is a Mojave pied, but it could be Black Pastel, GHI, and KRG. I think it's, I don't know. All I know is Mojave. I can't even give you a theoretical ID on it.
Gotta breed it and prove it out. No,
Pretty much.
There you go, man. That is dope.
The last one, which you were talking about earlier, where is she? She is right here. Single gene KRG pied female.
I love it, dude. That orange popping through, the pattern on that is just ridiculous.
So it's my first one I ever had or hatched, and she's really nice. And I can actually show you the clutch that is in the incubator right now. This might take me a second to get them out, though.
All right, $100 and a half a stick of gum.
Dude, once you see these, actually, you might have already saw them. I think
I think I've already seen. Is it the ivory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I bet some of these people haven't. So.
Look at that. The purples on those is just insane.
So I've got, hold on, come here, baby. This one, who I'm pretty sure, hold on, stay right there, are KRG Leopard Ivories compared to, I think, just a Leopard Ivory.
Luke, what up, bro?
So that, I think, is a Leopard Ivory, and these have the KRG as well.
He said the gum better have a hair in it or no deal.
Wow. Dino's on his game tonight.
It's funny.
So there is the entire spectrum of ivories, being a normal, a leopard, and a KRG leopard.
You know what? I won't be mad no matter which one you send me.
It probably have to be the leopard because I think both of the KRG leopards are female, so I'm probably keeping them both. And then
keep them for sure.
This one right here is my first ever single gene KRG, and this one's Hetford pied as well. But this is just base form of KRG.
Is that a male?
This one's female, I think, but I can check. Camera. Bam, front camera. Give me 1 second. You might be stuck.
You're good.
Or just that angle. This one is.
He's a boy.
Female.
Damn it.
I mean, I gotta. Oh, actually, I have a better one for you. That's a male.
Oh, here we go.
I have a KRG Phantom Yellow Belly 100% het pied male in this clutch.
Ooh.
And
Can there be super KRG? Is that even a thing?
No one's made it. Jim's tried. He thinks there is a super, but it's kind of like leopard where you can't tell.
Can't really tell.
So that is KRG Phantom Leopard. Or KRG Phantom Yellow Belly 100% het pied, and this one's male.
The yellow belly in that really brings out the blushing.
So this one's going to be for sale. But
I like that.
Most of the rest in this are maybe holdbacks. I know the ivories, if they're all female, or might be holdbacks because I just love them. They're ridiculous.
Guys, make sure to smash that like button for my boy Tyler here, showing some fire. You guys are friggin' awesome. And again, guys, he's 17 producing all of these awesome snakes. I mean, that one tub sitting there is half KR or half of its KRG. That's close to how many snakes are in there? About 6?
Just 8.
8? Yeah, that right there, guys, is over an 8 or over about what, 10 grand worth of snakes sitting in one tub.
Yeah, pretty somewhere around there. If I were to sell them.
If you were to price it around what the guy or what the other guy was saying, that you're looking at KRG plus all those other genetics, you're looking at a little over $1,000 per snake in there.
Yeah. So that's my only issue is I have a really bad, if you couldn't tell, hoarding problem. So I keep a lot of them. So I have I can show like here's a girl. Oh, no. What'd you do? Okay. Here. So this is going to be a girl I'm breeding this year. She is pastel KRG. Double hat for hypopide.
Now explain KRG because not a lot of people know what that is.
Here, I got you. Bam. So that is pastel, and then where's the other pastel I have? There's one that's really good to show it on, and it's not you. It's actually the first pastel I ever had. No, it's not.
Uh-oh, that means Tyler's getting bit.
No, it's not that one. It's the other one. Hold on.
Oh.
And back down. Nope, that's pastel. But I'm so lost, dude. Here we go. Oh, you're in shed too. Ouch.
Yeah, you get the pattern gist of it though.
Whoa, stop it. Whoa. Okay. KRG pastel. Way more banded, way more blushing on the dorsal. And then it actually just brightens the color in general. Like, it almost looks, it almost looks Enchi or Orange Dream. This thing's crazy.
So it'd be safe to say it's an enhancer gene for sure.
It's an enhancer gene and definite pattern gene.
The best of both worlds.
If I can put later on, once that one sheds, the one baby, if I put it next to a normal, it will be brighter and have a way cooler pattern than it. So I have that, and then this one's really cool. This is one of my dad's favorites. She is
what up, bro?
black pastel fire KRG hat pie.
That is insane looking.
So I have no clue what did this to her pattern. Like, she's completely washed, almost like a camo color.
Say it one more time. Black pastel
fire and KRG, and she's hat pied, but that's 4G.
So it's probably the fire with KRG, and then you've got the black pewter in it.
I'm giving the black
so
pewter
you've got the
color, but I don't know why it's so faded and washed. It's so cool. I love it.
Well, because KRG is a reduction, pattern wise,
Yeah.
It's more of a banding, and then you've got the counteracting colors, with the black pastel and the pastel. So that's where you get your gray from, and then being the enhancer gene with KRG could be that blushing on the sides there, making it more white.
Yeah. I love this snake, and she's going
that is cool.
Yeah, she's going to my, I think, clon pied this year, so I should be making some crazy KRG pied head clones.
Is that some paradox coming through the side of that snake?
The what?
Is that some paradox coming through the side right there?
I have no clue. I have no clue. Right there?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of all over her, so.
Oh, okay. So it's just part of the pattern. That's really cool.
Yeah. So, and then this is where my stuff gets crazy in KRG. Oh, you're in shed too. Dude, this is the worst. I hate having 300 snakes, and then when you want to show them off, they're all in shed. So this
look at that.
KRG Phantom Fire Yellow Belly, 100% het pied female. Then
that is intense. Look at that color.
If you add leopard, you get that.
That's leopard, that's cool.
Not leopard. And then when you take the fire away from this animal, I showed you this yesterday.
Yep.
This.
Look at that, guys.
So that's KRG Phantom Fire Leopard Yellow Belly het pied. KRG Phantom Leopard Yellow Belly het pied. So no fire.
That is insane. How much one gene completely changes the color of a snake. I mean, you still got the decent amount of pattern, but that one genetic you have from night and day.
Yeah, it's crazy. And both of these girls could breed late season for me and get. Oh my god, I'd be so happy.
That would be awesome.
So that's a lot of my KRG stuff. I do have, like, this guy's insane. He's a KRG Panda Pied, so he's cool, but you can't really see the KRG on him. And I think that's pretty much all of my KRG stuff right now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But that's still a lot of it being a newer gene.
Dude, that is freaking insane. What you're doing with those.
Thank you. Dude, I've not been keeping up with chat. Hold on. Send me the DG. No. I just read that right when you put it up on the screen. That's like one of my favorite males. One of them. And dude, he's so powerful. Like, ridiculous. What's up, Jonathan? Wait, Dino, you go to bed? Okay. Are you muted, Darian?
Remember when I said when somebody comes home, it gets crazy loud? That's what just happened.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
muted real quick because they got
No,
nuts over here. But it's all good now. It took a quick second for everything to calm down. You got the dogs, the birds.
Oh yeah, all good, all good.
Yeah. When you work with this many crazy exotics, things get hectic over here. It's like a mini zoo.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So, what is your most anticipated pairing or hatching this season?
Okay. So I'm at a really big crossroads for seasons because I start 2023 on Tuesday, and I still have 2 clutches from 2022 in the incubator. So I'll go over them both, I guess. Oh God, the clutch I'm probably most excited for is actually still in the incubator right now. My most gene-packed pairing, possibly at least of the year, it was a Super Enchi Sulfur Pastel Het Hypo to a lesser KRG Black Pastel Pied Het Hypo. So I don't know how I'm gonna ID any of that, but I feel like it could
That's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, I feel like they can look really cool, and they could be visual hypo and be 100% Het Pied. So that could be, and I think I got 2, 4, 6, 8 eggs out of it. So I have a really good shot at having a lot of holdbacks.
Yeah, for sure.
And
that is awesome.
Actually, I want to give a runner-up this year. The one that's come out and is probably the most exciting is one animal I've been trying to hit for 2 years now. Literally the first project I ever got into when I was starting to breed, like a project, a serious project. Panda Pied.
Panda Pied.
So I've been trying to hit the snake for 2 years, missed it. And
that is freaking dope. Look at that.
My first one just a couple weeks ago. Female. And I actually got one more clutch in the incubator to hit one. And this one I have way better odds. It was a Black Pastel Pied to a Black Pastel Pied. And the one that hit this panda was a Black Pastel Het Pied to a Black Pastel Pied. So
that is awesome.
She's ridiculous. I love her.
You know what you gotta make? You gotta make a lightning pied.
Dude, I like the lightning pied stuff. I actually okay. So I have the weirdest thing. I have these lavenders that are 100% het, or actually they're either visual lavender or het lavender. And then there's 66% het VPI Xanthic, het genetic stripe, and het pied. So
now that's the lavender, right?
This is pastel lav, het G stripe, het VPI, het pied.
That is really a true golden snake right there. That is awesome.
And he hopefully will be ready to breed in a few months, because he's still only 450 some odd grams, to, where are you? This girl, who's a VPI, Het Lav, Het G-Stripe, Het Pied. So I could get, if they both prove, Lavender Snow G-Stripe Pieds. So quad recessive. I could really, really hit the odds on that. I'd be so happy. But
Ashley.
Ronnie and Ashley, what's up? Oh my God. I wanted to say, I know I didn't say it. Thank you so much for the stickers. I know you sent them a while ago, but I just got to opening them. They're on the incubator now. Super awesome. And Kinsley's bracelet has been on my arm like pretty much every day unless I'm in the shower. So I want to say thank you so much. So here is quick shout out RKA Reptiles. Bam.
Heck yeah, bro.
All right, dude, Ronnie and Ashley and Kinsley, some of my favorite people on the planet, honestly. Like, they are such good people. I don't know. I vibe with them, and they're really cool. Ashley's actually from Rochester, which is where I live. So,
Yeah, dude, they family over there. That's my niece.
oh my God.
She cracks me up, dude. She got hooked us up with an awesome bracelet. She actually made one for me, Lucian, Malia, and my wife. And it was funny when she called. She's like, or Ronnie made it funny. He's all, how big's your wrist? I was like, wait, what? He's like, what'd you say about this big, this big, this big? And I was like, all right, this is weird. Like, who just calls and starts a conversation that way?
Dude, like, the only reason I don't have it on right now is because I showered like an hour ago, or not, well, like an hour before this live, and I forgot to put it back on. But I've had it on so much, and I love it.
Hey, crack up. She's all, can you grab a, or she came up with the funniest idea. She's all, can you grab a soda can and see how big your wrist is compared to that? We could do it that way. What's funny is my wrist is as thick as a soda can.
Dude, I got some chunky arms and some big old hands. Like, can't be doing it. Well, dude, I actually have to hop out of here soon. So I don't know if you want me to show off the M16 stuff, or if we could save that
Let's
for like.
do it, bro. Let's
Okay.
do it. We got enough
Cool.
people in. Let's do it.
Cool. So I am working with a new gene called M16. It's a Dinker project me and one of my buddies are working on. My male, actually, I'll show him first, is banana, pastel, chocolate, and then the gene. He's pretty deep in shed right now, but you can still, I guess, get a feel for what he looks like. Come here, bud. There you go. So that's him. Crazy color, crazy pattern. Now, I bred him to a GHI Pastel Mojave. No heads in that pairing. So nothing nuts. It was one of my own, like, strictly codon pairings of the year. And I think I got, 3, 6, 7, 8 eggs and 7 M16s or something like that. So here's a GHI Pastel M16. What it does is it really elongates the alien heads, gives it crazy blushing on the dorsal. Like, it's a pretty cool gene. I like that. And if you really want to see what it can do, shoot me a text, because I have the picture of the only super form in the world right now my buddy produced, and it is crazy. So the gene itself doesn't look too nuts base or like in a couple genes, but when you mix it with banana, it changes color. So that is a banana GHI Pastel M16. You can see the alien heads banding over as well. And then the color's already starting to change. So as he gets older, he should fade out just like the father. I gotta clean you. And one thing it does, what I found with the GHI Mojave, which is right here, GHI Pastel Mojave, chocolate, and then the gene is, why are you being annoying? is look at how broken up the dorsal stripe on a GHI Mojave is. Like it's crazy. It gives these like
Dude.
little islands,
I love the blushing that comes through that.
and it drags. Actually, it makes the like pattern like midway down like the side, so it's really cool. And then one thing that really threw me off with this clutch was, hold on, let's see, this animal right here. As I said, no hats in the pairing, but this thing popped out. So tell me that doesn't look exactly like that one, just with Ghost.
That is cool.
So either both parents proved out to be Het Ghost, which I'm going to try and prove out this year because I'm breeding the dad to a visual ghost and the mom to a visual ghost. So if I get Ghost, I would be so happy because this would be the first recessive in that gene ever.
That is insane.
So
that's not the world's first though, right? We haven't gotten to that point.
They're pretty much all of them are world's first.
There you go.
Again,
my boy 17 hitting world's first, guys.
That's a world's first. The GHI Pastel Mojave Chocolate's world's first. Here's another one that I didn't even show. My pride of this, not my pride of this clutch, but one of the probably coolest things that came out was this Banana Chocolate Mojave Pastel M16. So this is the only female banana M16 on the planet right now. They all came from Male Maker Bananas, and I was the luckiest kid to hit a banana female with the M16 gene. See the blushing? It drags over the alien heads. This thing's crazy. So I'm definitely keeping her.
That is an insane pattern.
I'm keeping one of the males, and I'm keeping a lot of it. There's only one female that's going to be for sale. And this is actually the first one that's ever been released outside of me and him. So it might not even be available for too much longer because someone actually already wanted to buy it. So
that's the one you're sending me, right?
Yeah.
Got you, bro. Got you.
So yeah, it's a gene. We're still trying to figure out a little bit of the pricing. We know what it can do. We think it's really cool, and think we can get. We're not going to get stranger money for it. We're definitely not. But we're not going to get, $100 for it. Like we're trying to figure out where's like the nice little sweet spot where, it's a new gene. It's pretty cool, but we don't want to let every single person into it yet before we figure out everything that it can really do. Or not everything, but a lot of what it can do. Because it's only been around for 2.5, 3 years now. Or being bred for like 3 years.
Dude, I love it. I need it.
It's a cool gene. So the only one that I'm releasing is actually the first one I showed you, which was the GHI Pastel M16 right here.
Now, is that a male or female?
Female.
Oh, so it'd take 3 years to plug that into KRG.
That is the only reason why they're for sale right now is we're only letting go of females right now. At least for right now. He might be letting go of a male or two. I might let go of a male or two because I actually have a shot at Super M16s as my last clutch of the year. So depending on what I hit in that, I could have some better stuff. But we really want to keep the project for another year pretty consolidated to us for breeding.
No, for sure. I mean, I would. I'd hold on to it since it's just you two that have it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I would hold on to it for another year at least.
Yeah. It's me, him, and actually his neighbor who breeds ball pythons has one. And that's actually a breeder loan. It's his female to his male, or it's my buddy's female to his neighbor's male, and they're like splitting a clutch so they can.
There you go. Yeah, but I for sure would be. I would keep that. Like I wouldn't let any of it go for at least another year or two. That way you have multiple chances to plug it into everything that you can and then have some recessive stuff so it puts you ahead before somebody else.
That's the only tough thing is like right now this is my first year of producing it, but this is his third year of producing it. And he's held back. everything. So he has 3 years worth of holdbacks from 3 proven breeder males. So you could be talking 50 babies a year from that project that he's been holding back. So I only have 1 clutch. He only let go of this 1 male for Liz, actually. And I picked up her collection, and he hit me up and was like, hey, you have a male you got for me. I want to tell you about it. All that. So he's a really nice guy. Love him. Super cool. And so we've been talking for a little bit, but we're the only 2 that have the gene really in our collections.
That is insane, bro. That is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Eric, what up, bro? We were making fun of you earlier, and you weren't here. But we made sure it felt like you were here
Yeah,
while we were making fun of you.
at least he's making fun of us. You know what that means.
Right. But Eric, dude, you're gonna have to scroll back and look at this video, man. He's dropped some fire on this video. Some world's first were just shown. I mean, you guys are gonna have to rewatch this. That is insane, bro.
Thank you. And I definitely want to hop back on here some other time because, dude, my phone's at 20%. I charge it to 100, but when I do lives or anything, bro, it drains my battery so quick.
No, they do. That's why I like the tripod that I got, because I plug it in while we're live, so that way it doesn't die as fast. But I started this at 56%, and I've been plugged in this entire time, and I'm down to 40% already. So
Dude,
the StreamYard kills your phone quick.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I'll definitely be on Instagram with you a lot. But if you ever want me back on YouTube, I'll be on. Just let me know.
For sure, bro. I only got I think two more questions, 2, 3.
Yeah,
I think it's only 2. 2 more. But I feel like I know the answer to at least the last one.
Okay.
So if you had the chance, all the permits, experience needed, anything, even if, say you were in your own place. I know you're still living with the parents.
Yep.
What if you could work with any one or a pair of any reptile species? What would it be and why?
You're gonna kill me, but the 3 snakes I've always wanted to own were a Sumatran short-tailed python, which I have.
Okay.
Ball pythons were my first snake I ever liked, so I have too many of them now. And the 3rd one is an Argentine boa. So
Really?
I'm really stretching out of the pythons on that one, but an Argentine boa. I love them. Just the look of them is so cool. The granity darkness, the iridescence, and they get pretty good size. Like, I forget.
Oh yeah.
9, 10 feet.
Have you
something
seen
like
the T positives on those? The really bright, brownish colors on them. Some a friend of mine has one, and it looks almost green.
Dude, and they're Argentines they're holding their price really well. Like, I think for a normal female is like $1,000, and then the T-Pos are like $5,000 or something like that. Something around there. So
yeah, they're up there, man. And,
they're crazy.
There's something I want to get into, but I want the T positives just because.
Dude,
that's so cool.
I want a normal first, just because. Honestly, I've never seen a T positive in person, so I don't know how I'm gonna like it in person. But with the normal, I've only seen a normal Argentine 3 times in person. Twice was at Tinley, and once was at actually a local expo near me. And I just fell in love with what? Yeah, there's Eric. But yeah, I saw 3 in person so far, and dude, I just fell in love with every single one that I've seen. And I only had the opportunity to buy one, and I just wasn't ready. I didn't have the right enclosure for it. I didn't have anything. I didn't know too much about them. Like, I knew a little bit, but now I know a lot more about them, and I feel like I could take care of them a little better than I used to be able to. But I still don't have a crazy enclosure for them, which I really would like to get a crazy setup for them once I get them. But that's definitely one of the ones I want before, I call it.
Freaking Eric over here. I'm on my way to the police. They called and said they had a yellow boa I needed to come get. What?
What?
I feel like this is an Instagram live, bro. What? That is insane. We gonna check in with him in a little bit. So my last, or well, I got one more question after this one,
Yeah.
but it's more of like how people can find you. But this one is the main one I love asking everybody. If you had had to give advice to someone wanting to get into breeding, what would your advice be to them?
It's a couple of things. First off, produce what you want to produce. I know a lot of people are trying to follow trends right now and have always really tried to follow trends. But if you don't like the pieds, if you don't like the clowns, if you don't like the monarch or ultramel, don't shoot for it. Go with the hypos if you really like them. Even though they're not as popular, shoot for them if you like them. And then another thing, start off with your females. If you're coming in straight up strictly to breed, start with your females and don't go crazy buying just ones that you think look cool. At least ball python wise. Yeah, you got to look at the genetics, got to look at the hets. Wait, what? Oh. And yeah, you got to look at the hets, you got to look at the genetics. You can't just hop in and buy kind of the coolest looking snake you can find and it just be, 3 genes that have been around for 20, 30 years, and then they go for like $100 if you want to breed as a business, I guess. If you want to breed as like a little hobby, cool, do it. But for me, I've turned into more of the business aspect as well, and because I need to be. You got to figure out what sells and also what you want to produce. You got to find the right balance between that. That's huge. Got to make a balance between that, and also my biggest thing is when you start producing a lot of animals, if you start doing shows, when you start selling, make sure you have a range of animals. Like, that's going to be one of the key things I want to do from now until I'm done. Produce animals that, I can give to kids, hopefully in the future, like for free, like straight up free. And you just get them into it. And then I'll have those 8, 10, maybe more $1,000 animals that I can give to, or not give, but sell to, Justin, Miguel, all the guys who I look up to right now. And so you got to always, especially at a show, I have animals from $30, $50 all the way up to a couple thousand, a few thousand. So when people come by my table, it's not like, okay, he's only got $2,000 animals, let's just skip right by him. Or, okay, he's only got $50 animals, let's skip right by him. I've got a range of everything, so a lot of people will stop by, look at what I have, and I actually, this pissed me off a little bit, but hate's gonna hate, bro. My dad is on Instagram, so follow him if you don't. Tyler's Toxic Dad on Instagram.
Yeah.
He posted a reel at our last show, and this dude commented, like, all just basic ball pythons I can find anywhere. And granted, I brought that KRG Phantom Fire Yellow Belly Het Pied girl to the show. And, like, whatever. It's whatever. I brought Banana, Enchi, Hypo, Het Pied, like, all this cool stuff, I think. And, like, you never know what you're going to find at a show, like, people-wise. So, bring a variety of stuff. Price-wise, look-wise. You gotta figure out what will grab people's eyes as well. So, that's kind of my advice. I know there was a lot of jumping around there, but if you need any advice on anything else, shoot me a DM, shoot me anything, because I'm always open, dude. I do not have an ego, like, at all, so I'm not one of the guys who's gonna just leave you hanging. I love talking. I love talking. So, literally, I'll hit up some people like Eric and some other guys and be like, yo, it's 12 o'clock, midday. I'm just like, yo, I'm super bored. I need help with the pairing. Like, help me out, please. And, bro, they're adults. They're at work, and I'm just out of school. So, like, I get it. So,
who would ask Eric? Eric keeps corn snakes. What you talk about?
Bro, okay. I know. People don't think Eric was talking to me about this. Bro, he's smart, bro. He's smart.
No, he is. Eric's. So I give him credit when credit's due.
Oh yeah.
He's a pretty knowledgeable guy. We're doing some projects. Yeah, he's the smartest dumbass everybody knows. Yeah, Eric's pretty smart. Actually, we're doing some projects together. I ended up sending him some larger females that he's raising up that should be ready to breed either the end of this year, late this season, or next season.
They
So
weren't
hopefully
chocolate
the
Half by chance.
no,
Okay.
no, he's got a bunch of stuff over there that we haven't really come out and said yet. There's a genetic he's got that not a lot of people are still working with, so we're hoping to plug that into some of the multi-gene females that I sent over to him. And hopefully we produce some pretty cool things over there. But we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
But no, Eric's pretty knowledgeable dude. I just like giving him shit.
So do I.
He said patternless. No, nothing that it's gonna have a lot of crazy pattern for sure. If we hit what we want to hit, it's gonna have some dope patterns. But we keeping that on wraps for now.
Me and Dino have been talking about the patternless gene for like too long. Because I feel like it's pretty cool. Just imagine like albino pied in it with no pattern, or like just a pied with zero like pattern in the saddles. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, that's
Ivory. No, this makes me think of Ivory. Just pattern gone.
yeah.
I will get into it one day, or one say, Tyler. Hopefully in 2 years I'll be producing some crazy world's first Burmese also. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
He's got some cool stuff over there. Eric's stingy with his Burmese though, man. He produced like 16 or more of the same Burmese, and he kept all those babies.
Bro, what?
Yeah, he kept like I think it was like 16 or 20 of them, and he produced the same morph of all of them, same heads, everything. He kept all of them, all of the same ones. He kept them all. I don't think he really sold much of that clutch.
Wow.
So he's got like 50 something freaking Burmese over there, and he's like, no, yeah, he kept 20 out of the 3 clutches. Yeah.
Holy shit.
My boy over there, like he's stingy. Okay, like. But I know your phone's dying, so how can everybody find you on all your platforms?
Yeah, I'm Tyler's_toxic_boss on Instagram. That is my main platform. Probably gonna start a YouTube soon, but no promises. And Facebook, I'm the same, I think. But I've not used Facebook yet to post, to do really anything. I just downloaded it like 2 days ago, so I'm about to get on that. But the main one is Instagram and Morph Market, actually. So I sell a lot of my animals on Morph Market. Same thing, Tyler's Toxic Boss. And if you don't get a hold of me or can't, which I'm always free, so I don't know why you can't, get a hold of my dad. He's Tyler's_toxic_dad. So pretty much same thing.
I had a question for you. Yeah. Is your mom on Instagram? Because I saw a post when I went to tag you. It said Tyler's Toxic Balls, Tyler's Toxic Dad, and then Tyler's Toxic Mom. And I was like, wait a minute, what?
I got her on, I think, last week because one of my family members just had a baby. And my mom's like a crafty person. So we have a Cricut machine, which I don't know if you know what that is, but you can make like t-shirts, like graphics for t-shirts, all that stuff on it. So what she did was
that's cool.
Made like a baby onesie. Like she bought a baby onesie, just pure white, printed out a TTB, a Tyler's Toxic Balls logo, put it on the shirt, sent it out to my baby cousin, and posted that on Instagram. That was her first picture. And now she posted like one other thing about like cricketing, and like if you need anything, like if you need any logo designs printed on anything, like let us know. And I was like, okay, Mom, you're working. Tyler's bro, yo, stop, yo, I can't even.
Did you see Eric's? He's on Tyler Toxic's family.
Now it's only my brother. I just need my brother. Nah, he's got his own, dude. He's crazy. He's got his own bodybuilding Instagram.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that your family's actually got your back on that. I know your phone's dying, so I was actually going to talk about that too, like how that felt. But we'll get you on another time for sure. I'm trying to do like single interviews one-on-one with people, and then at some point I'm gonna bring on like 3 of the people that work with like the same stuff and kind of bounce some ideas, some genetics stuff off each other's heads type thing, and go from there and have some pretty in-depth conversations. Ashley said she followed mom.
Perfect.
But no, it's great having you on. I really appreciate you. Shoot me your links so that way I can put that into the description. So when people come back and rewatch this, and then we'll for sure have to link up and do this again when we bring on like 3 other breeders or 3 breeders and stuff.
Hell yeah, bro! That sounds insanely cool. So
yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. And then big shout out to my boy Chris. Flex and Finesse and Reptiles. He's actually going to be live this weekend, guys. Make sure to check him out. He is going to be live on Sunday, so you guys got to check his channel out. Make sure to give him a like and a follow. He's just starting out, so huge supporter of the channel, big friend of mine. That's my brother over there in Texas. Make sure to check him out, guys. But we'll definitely have to catch you all on the next one. Tyler, it's great having you here, bro.
thank you, bro.
I'll catch you later, brother. Later, guys.